What's a random fact you're just waiting to bust out?
Magnolia trees are so old they evolved before bees and are pollinated by beetles.
So, in the early 20th century, a guy named William J. Bailey dropped out of Harvard and started producing an energy drink called Radithor. Important to this story is the fact that he had no medical license and was not a chemist. To make Radithor, he dissolved radium tablets in water until he had an equivalent dose of 1 microcurie of radium-226 and 228. Since the FDA wasn't interested in medical quackery at the time and there were no regulations against this, he broke no laws. Things were going great for him until Eben Byers, a pretty well-known golfer, got prescribed the stuff by a sketchy doctor and started taking several doses per day for a few years. The radioactive poisoning gave him several types of cancer. The FDA then finally stepped in and shut him down, but he just relocated shop and started a new radioactive substance-based company. Byers died in 1928 and was buried in a lead-lined coffin. In 1965 researchers dug him up to study his remains, but found him emitting ridiculous amounts of radiation. For reference, a normal person is constantly emitting 4K 5K becquerels at any given time. Byers' corpse was emitting 225K. And Bailey never even got sued. He went on to write all kinds of patents, and headed up the electronics division of IBM during World War II.
Frogs use their eyes to push their food down their throat when they swallow.
Ancient Egyptians didn't call themselves Egyptian, that's a later name, they called themselves Kemet, which in their tongue means blackland. Black was seen as a good color in Egypt because it represents the Nile's fertile soil.
Removed.
There are various species of brood parasite birds. This means that these birds will lay their eggs in another bird's nest so that victim bird has to raise the young. When the baby parasite bird hatches, it will often try killing the other young. Victim birds have various defense, but the coolest ones to me are some of them basically printing barcodes on the eggs so they know if one doesn't belong, and some of them singing a specific song to the egg, and if the hatched chick can't replicate the song, it gets yeeted from the nest.
If the Earth is a grain of sand, the Sun is a golf ball, for relative size. The grain of sand, Earth, is 4 meters away from the golf ball, Sun. The next nearest star from the golf ball, Sun, is 750 miles away. Gives you an idea of the scale of the universe. Edit, RIP my inbox, I love space, glad you all do too.
Vikings would give kittens to newlywed couples as a part of the household.
Goats' eyes swivel when they bend down to eat grass so they can keep looking for predators. Goats also have the biggest milk production to body weight ratio of any farm animal. I am not a goat farmer and am not sure why I know this,